Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday and another day in school. And you can see by the start of my assembly that we're going to be talking about something that happened this weekend that some of our Northowram school family have been enjoying, and certainly lots of people in Halifax and Huddersfield communities have been enjoying over the weekend. Now, what I'm going to do before I start is I'm going to blow these little lamps that have got the real candles in, because they seem to be burning quite fiercely. I'm going to blow those out so that I can safely tell you all about this. So bear with me a moment, 1 second. I'll turn the camera. Here we go, here I am. Let's just blow these out. And another one. There we go. Okay, feel a bit safer now. Always really be careful. Never ever do anything like that without adults supporting you children. But I did want to show you the collection of things that I had. I'll show you now that they're out. I feel a bit more comfortable. Turn this around. Okay, so what we had there that I've just blown out, these are called Diva lamps. These are real ones all the way from India, that will be lit at about this time in the year. And then these beautiful Diva lamps at the front here, which have got some LED candles in, which are much safer. And that tends to be what we use these days. These ones have not come all the way from India. They have been made, and have a look at how beautiful these are. Can you see? They've been pressed out of clay and decorated with sparkling glitter, and you'll be really surprised to find out that these Diva lamp holders were not done by year 6. They weren't done by year 4 or even year 2. These beautiful Diva lamp holders have been made by our lovely nursery children. Haven't they done a really good job? So on to me. Hope you're all right today, whether you're at home or at school. I hope everything's good. It's been a bit of a breezy and wet weekend, hasn't it? However, looking out my window just at the moment, the sun is starting to come out. So I think we'll probably go out for a walk a little bit later on. So yes, I was surprised yesterday. You might have heard last night, perhaps when you're watching Strictly or whatever you do at home on a Saturday night, that there were some fireworks. And it's not because some people were a bit late in their firework bonfire night celebrations. It's because on Diwali, people who are celebrating the festival of Diwali, the festival of lights, one of the things that's really good to do is to have fireworks. So certainly at our house, we could hear lots of fireworks going off last night. And that's because in Huddersfield, where I live, there is a really large and thriving Sikh community and Hindu community, and those are the two religions mainly who celebrate Diwali at this time of year. And it links through, I think, with what we were saying before about how many different festivals, religious or otherwise, happen at this time of the year. And I'm sure it's because, you know, the nights are getting darker and we love to bring light into these really dark evenings. Yes, so Diwali, let me tell you about Diwali. It's a really lovely festival, and it's so important that we learn about festivals that even if, you know, you might not take part in them, people within your community, including your school community, do take part in. And it's lovely to learn about different cultures and ideas and traditions, and essentially where families have their origins from India, which is a really large country. I'll show you a map of it actually. I think it's in this book. India is a really large country. Here it is. Here's the picture. And within India, there are lots and lots of different religions that are followed in India. But two of the biggest are Hinduism and Sikhism. And the festival of Diwali is actually India's biggest festival. And it's called the Festival of Lights. And it actually takes place over 5 days, 5 whole days. But the main, I think it's the third day, was actually last night. And that's when the fireworks come out, I think presents are given, and all the Diva lamps, whether real candles or with LED candles for safety, are lit and celebrated. So I wanted to share with you some today and tomorrow, some information about Diwali so that you understand what was going on for people. So this is a really lovely book. It's for young children, but actually it really helps us all to understand what Diwali is about. And this one's called My Diwali. So it says here, the first thing that happens on Diwali is that Grandma shows us how to make barfi. And barfi are Indian sweets, very sweet, often using coconut and condensed milk, really, really sweet treats. And I knew yesterday, hadn't quite realised it was Diwali, but I did know when I went out to the supermarket yesterday that it must be Diwali, because we have a lot of Indian sweet shops in Huddersfield, and there were really, really long socially distant queues outside them where families were queuing up to buy their sweets for Diwali. I'll show you a picture of them here. Come in lots of different colours and lots of different shapes. There they are. And in the Indian sweet shops where I live, there are whole counters full of handmade and homemade sweet treats to enjoy on Diwali. And at school, this little girl enjoys getting ready for Diwali at school. And you can see there that they've got their Diwali Diva lamps out. And it looks like they're colouring special Diwali Diva pictures as well. Looks like really, really good fun. And I like watching my friends in the play. Now, one of the great things about Diwali, and I'm going to read this for you tomorrow, is a story that kind of explains why the lights are important. And it's a story of a prince and princess called Rama. He's the prince, and Sita, who's the princess. And one of the things, if you celebrate Diwali, that you'll enjoy every year is somebody reading the story of Rama and Sita to you. Well, I'm going to do that today. Not today, tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll run out of time. But in school, these children are enjoying acting out the story of Rama and Sita there at the front of their classroom. Let's see what else they get up to. And obviously, part of Diwali is around prayer. It's about thought. And for Hindus, certainly, they will often set up a shrine within their house that they fill with offerings to the gods, food and lamps and light. And you can see here at this little girl's house there, this family are just about to do their prayers, I think, which are called the puja. Now it's time to do puja. So there they are, making their prayers to the gods and goddesses and giving offerings of fruit and fresh flowers by the looks of things as well. And also decorations within the house are really important. One thing that happens in the earlier days of Diwali festival is that families clean the house from top to bottom and buy new things like new saucepans, pots and pans, and make sure everything's beautiful before the diva lamps and the cards, etc. come out. Have a look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Another way of bringing light into these dark times. And often for Hindus, they will go to their place of worship, the mandir, and there will be special shrines there as well. So that's what the mandir might look like at this time of year. It'd be lovely to go and see that. So then the other thing is that often you might see this if you've got friends who celebrate Diwali, that a really lovely tradition, and some of you will have had this done, is to have Mendi patterns painted onto the palms often, or either side of the hand. So here's this little girl, and I think it's her mom who is making Mendi patterns there on her palm. And everyone's dressing up in their best clothes to celebrate Diwali. And I saw lots of families yesterday out on the streets in Huddersfield looking like they were wearing brand new clothes, and they'd really made a lovely effort for this time of year. And then it's very usual, this certainly appeals to me, isn't it interesting how so many festivals and special times for different religions, different cultures involve food. We do like a good feast, don't we? Think about it. You've got Christmas, the end of Ramadan, and in this case Diwali for Hindu people and some Sikhs as well, enjoying what looks like a beautiful family feast. And I think, just like it has for many celebrations this year, it will have been quite difficult to celebrate Diwali, because that great big family feast won't have been able to happen, and people will have had to connect with each other and celebrate with each other, probably virtually, just like we're all doing at the moment. And then the other thing, because often Diwali marks the start of a new year in India, we get New Year presents. All these children have just got New Year presents, which must be a lovely thing at this time of the year to bring cheer. So happy Diwali to all of our Northowram family and friends who will have been celebrating this year, not this year, on Saturday. And I hope that you've enjoyed our Diva lamps. Thanks ever so much to nursery children for making those. You've done a really, really super job. And tomorrow I will read you the story of Rama and Sita and explain why light is so important to the celebration and festival of Diwali. Have a good day, everybody. Don't forget, if you're at home, make sure you remember to drop into those lessons at 9:30, 11 and 1 o'clock. And I might just see you in there. I dropped into, I think, every year group's lessons last week just to see how you're all getting on. And if you're in school, well, I'll see you round and about. So have a lovely Monday, everybody. Welcome to another school week, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.